Yo, what's good? This is Chef David Olson with Live Fire Republic. We've landed here in the French countryside just east of Bordeaux, France, and we're at Chateau Saincrit. And today, we're gonna be tasting some of the most incredible wines on the face of God's green earth. We're gonna learn about what it takes to craft and create those wines. In addition, we're preparing duck and foie gras over live fire. You don't wanna miss this. Stay hungry. Well, let's just pour some wine then, should we?
Yeah, let's pour some wine. I'll drink some wine.
Okay,
We have Utopie. It's a blend of Merlot and Malbec. Vintage 2019.
Amazing. And now you produce this right here on the vineyard?
Yes, I produce this wine on this vineyard that I bought in 2003.
Now you were telling me a little bit though that you have a deep passion for the outdoors and for nature, and that kind of led you here to the vineyard.
Yes, the first time I decided to start a new life, I leave my last job and I decided to come back to the nature, and I bought a property. And the passion for wine come step by step.
Life doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
As it relates to culinary, there's nothing more French countryside to me than red wine and duck. And today, we're doing the most incredible seared and slowly braised red wine Maillard duck with beef stock, tangerine, apricots, and garlic. We're pairing that up with a seared garlicky Foie Gras Crostini. Let's get started. Now, to start the process of preparation for the duck, we're gonna take an extremely sharp knife. Now, we're using dull, strong steel on this bad boy, and we're cutting just underneath the surface of the duck skin. It's super important to know, we're gonna over season by 30 to 40%. We're gonna lose the vast majority of this. 1, to the fire, 2, to the cast iron.
What's going on, man?
Yo!
Fancy seeing you here.
Fancy seeing you here,
well,
man.
I've been here the whole time. I've just loved watching you do all the work while I get to drink all this delicious Bordeaux wine.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do all the work, man, you know? But listen, I have a nice score on this bad boy.
Okay.
We hit it with the seasoning, but I think it's time to get on the Mirepoix. If we can divide and conquer a little bit, I'm gonna get over the fire, you hammer out this Mirepoix, and then I'll see you over there by the pit.
Dude, you go do what you do. I got this. See you in a minute.
All right, this is where we get to start having a little bit of fun. Our cast iron has been preheating, and it is smoking hot. Now, we're just searing the duck at this juncture. We're not cooking it through. We're looking to build that beautiful golden crust. To start, olive oil in. Then goes down our well-seasoned duck. Now just listen to the sizzle in the bottom of that pan. Now we're not gonna overload this cast iron. We're gonna work the duck in batches. Now it only takes about 90 seconds or so to get a really beautiful sear on the exterior of the duck. Now we're gonna start working the edges and then flip over to the opposite side to finish the cook. There's not a lot of science to this cook, really. Its beauty's in its simplicity. Now we're gonna let these duck legs rest for probably about a half hour. We're gonna allow that skin to set and cool, and then we'll get our mirepoix ready to rock.
And just to give you a quick rundown, mirepoix traditionally is celery, onions, and carrots. In this particular case, we're doing a very rustic style duck braise, so we're gonna leave out the celery. Let's get to it. First thing we're gonna do is take a couple onions, guys. Especially on a nice braise like this, I do prefer red onions. However, if you're gonna do white or some other, it's not gonna be the end of the world, okay? And a nice rough chop, guys. We are not overly concerned about making this beautiful. This is a rustic, country style dish. It's supposed to be rough. It's supposed to have that nice grit to it, okay? We're gonna want this later, trust me. So I just go right in the middle. Nice rough chop there. Do one more. And that's it. Not rocket science, super simple. We want it about this big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Skin gone. Super rough chop, quick and easy, okay? Last thing we're gonna do, guys, in our mirepoix, we're gonna have some fresh thyme. You can use dried thyme too. If you're gonna use dried thyme, remember the ratio, okay? 2 to 1. Dried thyme is twice as potent as fresh thyme. So just keep that in mind if you wanna make that substitution out. The last thing we're gonna do, guys, is some fresh bay leaves, okay? I'm gonna throw in some potatoes there at the very end. You guys are all brilliant out there. Don't need to show you how to cut a potato in half, but that's gonna be going in with our braise here shortly. See you over at the fire. All right, guys, we already talked about what mirepoix is, how we cut it. Now what we're gonna do is in the same pan that we seared our duck in, we're gonna put our mirepoix in just to brown a bit, okay? Straight in we go. Okay, we have our potatoes in there. We have some carrots. In we go. All right. The next crucial step, guys, in any braise is wine, okay? You can do it with beer, you can do it with other things. For our case here in the countryside of Bordeaux, we're going to use wine, all right? Before we do that, however, a little bit of tomato paste. What this does, guys, it gives some awesome, awesome color to this veg. It also helps thicken up the stock and the red wine that's going to be going into the braise. This helps give some nice viscosity to the dish at the very end. Also a nice little added flavor component to it as well. All right, guys, here we go. A little bit of red wine. Coming up, bring it up nice to a boil because this is Live Fire Republic. We're going to put a little bit extra in there. All right. Last but not least, guys, that fire is really hitting it hot. It's really, really awesome. We're gonna use some beef stock. And we're outside, came up with a fancy little container for our beef stock here. We're loving this, true Live Fire Republic style. In we go. Now, guys, that's gonna come up to a boil. We're gonna reduce that down a little bit by about 1/3. And then we're gonna put our duck back in there. See you in a few minutes.
3 additional items left. 1, aromatics, thyme, and bay leaves.
Gets no more classic than that.
There we go. And then last but not least, apricots.
Love that part, love this part.
To me, this screams fall. This says Southern France to me right here. You know what I'm saying? This is really gonna tune up this dish. And it's gonna complement beautifully the salinity that we get out of the duck, that fattiness, those apricots, those herbs, spices, seasonings, totally gonna cut right through. All right, buddy, duck in. This sauce looks beautiful. And now we're gonna slowly braise this duck. And what braising is cooking in a very shallow liquid over a low to medium heat for a long period of time. We landed this deveined loaf of foie gras. How much would something like this even run in the US if we were picking up something like this?
Dude, after being over here and spending as much time as I have, I'm no stranger to this beauty right here. All right. First of all, it's deveined, which is super cool. If you purchase foie gras, you can ask for it like this. A lot of people don't know that. This is definitely grade A, primo quality foie gras of this size, that's $700-800 bro, easy, and that's on a good day.
We're gonna really just season it with the essence of smoke from the grapevines. So while our duck is being prepared right now on the braise, we're just gonna get a really nice bit of smoke on about 4 to 5 slices of this foie gras. And then we're gonna smash it together and blend it up with this really nice French butter in roasted garlic. Look how beautiful and creamy that is. There we go. That's money, dude. Beautiful. All right. I call this chef bites, my friend.
Oh, that's exactly what this is. I'm gonna help you out.
Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. One for me. One for me. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
That's so rich though. It's creamy. You still get like, and I saw you just put a little bit of salt on there, but we were using also, I think it's fair, we're using salt and butter too. But it is crazy. And maybe it's because we're literally standing next to the fire and we've been drinking wine all day long, but you really do just, even that light bit of smoke from the grapevines, it totally comes through, and that crostini's money, man. It's buttery, but has this really nice crispy edge to it.
Absolutely perfect.
That's money, dude. If you love this episode as much as we loved spending the time here creating it for you, do me a huge favor. Smash the subscribe, hit the like, drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know about your favorite travel culinary experience. For all these recipes and more, get on over to livefirerepublic.com, and definitely don't forget to give a follow to our friends at Chateau Saincrit. Until then, the time for talk is over. It's about time we get that duck off the braise. Until then, my friends, cheers. All right, man, this is it.
Dude, I've been waiting for this all afternoon.
Man, what a day though, right? This duck looks totally gnarly. Let me, it's insane. So let's just get a few of these duck legs right out front. Let's just dress it up. We got the apricots that are rolling around. We have some of that citrus. Yeah, there we go, just dress it up. There we go. I'm gonna polish this up with a little bit of the citrus zest, and then we have some chives waiting in the wing with a fine chop. That's it, dude. There we go.
Simple, that's what I love about this dish. Simple, super elegant, but very simple.
Totally. Okay, chives in. All right, man, let's do this. Time for talk is totally over.
Finished.
Hopefully all the hard work is over, because this is just time to eat, right? All right, man, let's get in here. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, look how that just falls apart.
That's absolutely fall in a dish slash Bordeaux slash everything perfect that this region represents. It's amazing.
So you totally get that ultra tender duck from the slow braise. You get the essence of that red wine that comes through right here from, you know, Chateau Saincrit. This, honestly, dude, this is such a good balanced dish. And to me, just being here with you, knowing this is kind of like your home away from home, you brought us here out to Bordeaux to do a cook like this today, man. It's totally nuts. So thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure and honor to have you here, man. To all of you guys watching, thank you so very much. It's been a pleasure to have you all here with us virtually. So cheers.
Totally. My friends, this has been Red Wine Braised, live fire duck. Stay hungry.
Let's do it.
Until then, bedtime for our duck. But we're about 2.5 hours, man.
And we're in Bordeaux. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, I think like you said, if we can remember to come back to this after all that wine, that is just fat and juicy.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's about all that I can take. Thank you.
See, I got to give you a break because you've been using your stir hand to drink all day long.
Indeed.
I almost feel bad for you, man.
Your daddy's just gnarly. I had to drink red wine. Look what we're eating right now.
Exactly.
Bring your Lipitor, people.